Hello, and thank you for joining me for the Member Clicks training for CHAD members. Thanks for taking your time today to go over this video. My name is Danielle Van Persum, and I'm the Communications and Marketing Specialist, and I'm excited to show you the new CHAD website. Today we are going to go over the basic additions to the new CHAD website and also dive into the member login portion of the website. First off, I want to show you the front end portion of the website. This is the CHAD homepage. I'll scroll down so you can see. We wanted to have a very simplistic, clean design, call out buttons that you can see here, some fun interactive graphics, and announcements and a social media Twitter call out. Then up on the top you will see the navigation panel, and I'll briefly go through these pages. First, we have the About CHAD that drops down into different subpages. Some of these also pop up into other page categories. We have the Membership tab, Healthcare in the Dakotas, Policy and Advocacy, Get Covered, which features our Get Covered initiatives for both North Dakota and South Dakota. And then our Career Center, which is a different format than the Career Center that we used before. So I will click on this so I can show you the new features. Here is the Career Center. This Click Here button will take you to the CHAD LinkedIn page where we will be hosting all of the openings for the different job positions. Then we also have different job boards and different sites that you can go to. And you can see the links right here. So we have the National Association of Community Health Centers. You can go there to their job opportunity page. And one thing that we will be adding to the Career Center is we will also have new hire resources. So it will include certain human resource toolkits and things that you can access in this center. We are going to discuss the member login. So in the right-hand corner up here, this dark teal member login button, you will click here to sign in to the member login account. Within the email that you received this training video, you also received a Member Clicks training document, and you received your username. You also received a link to your password where you can reset it. So the username is the same username that you had from YM, the membership platform that we used in the past. So you can put your username here. That username has also been sent to you if you've forgotten what that was. At any time, if you forget your password or username, if you scroll down to these blue links, you can click here. So let's say, oh, I forgot my password. I'll click on that. And then I will just type in my email address and hit submit. And that will send me a new password. And same goes for the username. If you forget your username, you can click on this link, type in your email address, and hit submit. All right, So I'm going to type in my username, my password, and you can also select the Keep Me Logged In button, so when you return to this page, you can be logged in. I'll select Login. And ta-da! It takes you to the landing page of your profile and what we call Chad's online community. And once you're logged in, there will be a new button up on your navigation. It's over here to the right. It says Member Menu. So let's say you want to look at something that is on our website before you log in. You still have access. So I can go over here and click on the About Chad. And since I'm logged in, the Member Menu appears. So I can click on this again to get back to the online community landing page. And we have this, hello, my name is, that will put your name in there. And then it will also say, yours will show up as a default. Typically it will say member. I'm an administrator of the website, so it has me as admin. If I scroll down, there are 5 main subpages that we will briefly go through. The first is My Profile. Click on that. And this is the place that houses all of your information. We'll dive deeper into the profile section. So I will step back to Member Menu. The second is the My Community. And this is basically the Facebook of MemberClicks. So it's a news feed of activities of your connections. And we will talk about connections later on in this training. So once you put in your picture, this will show up in this member feed. It also shows recent activity like you may see on LinkedIn or Facebook. It really has a social-driven feel to it. We have the event calendar, which is a standard calendar of current events taking place. We have the corporate compliance training featured here. I'll step back to the landing page. The CHC directory is fantastic. It has a listing of all our members that are within the program. And once in here, you have the option to contact a certain member that's featured. You can print and you can also export this list. And I'll step back to discuss the last page we have. And that is member resources. Under member resources, it has all of the general resources that you receive with your health center membership. A lot of these have been transferred over from YM, so these may look familiar to you. The training document that we are discussing today and that you received in the email that came along with this training video is located second bullet down, the MemberClicks training document. So you can also access it here. This first one, Chad Committees, has a running list of the administrators of the network teams that you belong to. I will click on this. If there is a network team that you want to be on that you currently are not, you will see the chat committees. Committees is what we are referring to our network team. It's what this MemberClicks software categorizes that group as. So committees is basically the equivalent to your network team, your group pages. So let's say I want to be on the data services network team, and I see that Melissa is the administrator of that. I will go back to the member menu and go over to my community to find Melissa. And her picture is right here, so I will go ahead and select her profile where I can contact her to add me as a member of her data services committee. So I will send her a message. So you can contact them directly, which is fantastic on the software that we're using. So I will select the right message, and I'll subject this data services. Please add me to your team. And then I can select send or cancel. So you can contact them directly and then hit send. I will hit cancel for now. And that is how you can message certain people within the community. All right. I will select the member menu tab to go back into the main landing page. And one thing that we'll really be focusing on today is the profile section. So I'll click there. All right, to edit anything underneath your profile, you can do it in two spots. This second tab, My Profile, there are certain call outs that you can select. You have Change Your Profile Picture, where you can upload your picture. Edit Profile, if you want to edit your information, you can put a bio, your contact information, your privacy settings. You can also change your password here. Contact preferences. Message history, if you're receiving any direct messages. Relationships, which is basically similar to relationship things that you see on like social media networks. And transactions, if you ever purchase an event using the software. All right, I am going to select change password so you can see what that looks like. So you type in the current password, new password, you'll re-enter it and hit save. Another section I want to point out is the contact preferences, which is the fifth one down. This is where you can turn on or off your email messages. Some of you may have received alerts for when the chat staff was uploading some files or a welcome message to their committee. You can set the basic contact preferences here. If you want to receive multiple emails, if not, I encourage to have this on just in case we need to send you updates. So make sure this is checked. There's a contact center where it has your email information, different forums, which we won't be using much of. And then the notification emails. This is where you can change your email settings for those direct messages. So if somebody comments on your wall, which is similar to a wall of Facebook, so when they go to your profile and they want to write you something, you can decide if yes, you want to receive that or no. And when you're going through to select these different notifications, anytime you make a change to these settings, so if I select yes, I would like to receive message notifications and emails, this would be great to turn on if your administrator of the committee is updating something and it's an urgent message that they want to get to you, then this will feed directly into your email account. So you can select yes, and then make sure when you make those changes to go down here to select the save button and hit save. That will make sure that everything you selected has been turned on. Next, I would like to talk about the connections section. So I will click here. This is where you can search to add certain connections. So for example, I want to add Jill Kessler, who's the program specialist at CHAD. So I will type in Jill. Jill Franken and Jill Kessler are the two Jills in the system, so I will select Jill Kessler. And I want to add as a connection. So you have two options here. I can write her a direct message, and I can add her. So I will select the add as a connection. I have already requested Jill to be my connection, so that has been sent. If you are not connected, you select that and it will say that your information has been sent directly to that person to add as a connection. So similar to a Facebook friend request. And in this connection section, this is where you can see your connections. If I click on that tab, so I can see my current connections, which is currently a list of the CHAD staff. I can browse and search up in this search bar that I'm hovering over. We can add connections like we just added Jill. And you can also see the request that you have sent and what is pending your approval. And that is the main connection section. So if I scroll back over the connections tab, you can see the different options here as well. My features is a very important tab that we're going to discuss. This is where your NYM, when you had group pages and your file libraries, this is the equivalent to that. What Chad will be using for your network teams is committees. So when we refer to things as committees, that's your network team and where you can access your files. So I will select committees. Once I land here, it shows me the current committees that I am a part of. We have Chad's staff, and then I am the administrator of the Communications and Marketing Network team. So I will click on this. Once in the committee, there are 3 main categories. The first one is messages. I will click the welcome. Now, all of you have been added to a network team if you have been on a network team in the past. Like I mentioned before, if you want to be on a network team and you're currently not on one, you can contact your administrator of that network team in the Chad Committees and Administrator section within the Member Resources tab back on your profile landing page. But right here, it has the welcome message. So I can send that out to my team. And this is where we can also house certain updates. I can edit this and add a comment. There is a members section. This shows all the members I have on my network team. If someone ever leaves in the future, I can remove them from the list or edit information here. The third tab over to the left is the Files section. The Files section is the equivalent of the group pages and file libraries that you had in the YM. This is very, very straightforward. There aren't a lot of bells and whistles with this program. And you may remember in the past with YM, there were a lot of file categories. But instead, in this version, we have a running list. So we just call this a running list format. So instead of having that category capability, it just has one running list of the different resources you can access. So here are the files we have stored. I'll click on one to show you. So you can select here. It downloads over in the left corner. And voila, a presentation I did about rebranding pops up in a new window. So this is great because you can find it by the topic. You can also search by date of when this was uploaded, file name, and a description of the file you are looking for. So it's very simplistic. There are also some network teams that have uploaded their files in a zip folder. So under the file name, it will have a zip extension. So you would just click on it like you would typically with a zip folder, and then you can select one of those file options that's within the zip file. for you to access, and you can download that file to your computer or wherever you want to store it. So that is another route too when accessing these files. And I will go back to the main landing page. So those are the main areas we really wanted to dive into today. And that was the My Profile section that we discussed, adding and browsing for connections, and accessing your committees within the Features tab. So these are the three main categories. MemberClicks has a lot of different features that are very member-driven, and we will have more specific trainings at a later date, but really wanted to focus on the committee aspect, since that is where you will access your files for your network team. And again, if you want to be on someone's network team and you currently are not, you will click the Member Resources and the CHAD Committees document. And that is where you can contact them directly to get you added. And if you have any questions about the functionality, anything you're running into with the member side of the website or just the CHAD website as a whole, please feel free to contact me directly. You can do this on the online community where you can message me directly, or you can also give me a call at 605-357-1481, or email me at danielle.vanpersum@usd.edu. Thank you for joining us, and we appreciate your time and hope you are excited about the new MemberClicks platform that we're using. Thank you. Have a great day.